New York Stamp Show starts tomorrow, and there is a lot to see, including stamps worth tens of thousands of dollars. Here with a preview and to talk about the Stamp Love campaign is Amy Nicholas, the executive director of the American Stamp Dealers Association, and Randy Shoemaker, an appraiser you may recognize from the TV show Auction Kings. So thank you so much both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So first, Amy, tell me what people can expect to see at the show, which is at the New Yorker Hotel.
It's at the New Yorker Hotel this Thursday through Sunday. This is an annual show that we do every year, and we have dealers from all over the country, all over the world that will come. You can come out and they'll look at your stamps if you have no idea what you have, and you can buy or sell stamps.
Meantime, you have this new campaign, the Stamp Love campaign that we mentioned, and you're really trying to get more people to start collecting stamps again, because it's kind of become a little bit of a thing of the past. And so you're kind of inviting folks to check it out on social media. Tell me a little bit about the campaign.
The idea behind the campaign is it's a little bit widespread, but we've decided to focus on 4 real reasons for stamp collecting. Number 1 is the history behind it. Everybody loves stamps for a different reason. History is one of them. They represent places all over the world at different times. We try and connect through social media, obviously. Bringing families back together, it's a great way to reach a younger generation. Family, it's so hard to get time with your kids these days with Xbox and everything else going on. This is a really great hobby. Have that family time again together and be able to relate to your kids in a lot of ways. And they're all pieces of art, and they all have different value for everybody. So.
Yeah, well, to talk a little bit about value, it seems that the Postal Service increases the value of stamps every time we turn around, but stamps actually do increase in value very quickly and for different reasons. So, Randy, how do you know if you have a valuable stamp?
You really need to have a professional look at it, but you can get stuff at the post office that may have an error in it, and you may pay 29 cents for it, and it could be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
so you really don't know until you have somebody look at it if you're a complete novice.
Yeah, it's funny that the mistakes are really what makes the difference. So let's take a look at some really valuable stamps that I know you sent us, and there's some famous mistakes. I think we have the CIA invert. Well, this is the first stamp with Ben Franklin.
That's the first U.S. postage stamp in 1847.
So how much is something like that worth?
That stamp right there is probably worth about $10,000 to $12,000.
And how many of those exist still?
They printed actually 3.7 million, but the statistics sort of show that it's probably 300,000 or 400,000 of them.
Wow. So let's talk about some of the mistakes. And this, I think, is a famous invert, the 2-cent Pan American
2-cent Pan American invert, a catalog $65,000. There was one sheet, and I believe there's about 80 or 90 of them that are still known and exist. And the quality of the one that's on the monitor is like exceptional. So that, even though it cataloged maybe $65,000, might be worth $100,000. Quality, like any kind of collectible, determines the value. So you may have something that's just worth, or catalogs $300, but if it's an exceptional example, super centering color, you might have it worth or sell for, say, $5,000 or $10,000.
And then the one I mentioned at the beginning, I believe we have now, is the CIA invert.
The CIA invert, yes.
So explain what we're looking at here.
Actually, it's a multicolored stamp that was printed in 2 passes, and by accident, when it went to print the second one, the plate was reversed. So you've got an invert of the candlestick holder. And that stamp sells for about $15,000.
Wow. Well, now anyone at home
for $1.
Who has some stamps is looking quickly for any mistakes they can find in their stamps. Well, it's really interesting, and want to mention that the show runs from the 11th to the 14th, as we mentioned, at the New Yorker Hotel on 8th Avenue. So, Amy, Randy, thank you both for being here on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I hope the show's a great success.